Yo, what's up guys, welcome to my humble YouTube channel where I bring you fanfiction that will brighten your days. Before we start, a subscribe is greatly appreciated, and don't forget to leave a like and ring the bell icon so you won't miss exciting new fanfiction stories. Rimuru x Kenja no Deshi wo Nanoru Kenja ltby. Yazu_u. Chapter 6. King meets King. Mira and Shario had a brief conversation. Shario shared his story of living in this world for 10 years and his experiences. Rimuru was waiting at the motel, where a sleeping Garrett could be seen drooling on the floor while dreaming of something that even I couldn't explain. Rimuru just stared at him blankly and doodled some amusing doodles after that. Perfect, Rimuru says as he looks at the doodles he drew on Garrett's face. 45 minutes after that, Mira entered the room. Rimuru was waiting in the carriage, giggling slightly as he covers his mouth with his hands, avoiding Mira's gaze. Mira discovered Garrett still sleeping on the floor. When she noticed the doodle, she couldn't help but chuckle a little louder, rousing Garrett from his nap. "Wah, am I Miss Mira?" Garrett asks, perplexed as to why Mira is laughing. Let's leave," Mira murmured, trying hard not to giggle. Garrett walked to the restroom to take a leak, then he discovered a mirror. "My facey!" he screamed loud enough for the people in the lower floor to hear. Garrett washes his face and rushes to the carriage to accompany Mira back to the castle with Rimuru. "Garrett, please drive us securely back home," Mira said. "Understood," exclaimed Garrett, who was feeling down. They made their way out of the city as Amela and the others waves their hand to Mira as she leaves the place. He, I got a lot of souvenirs as a parting gift," Mira said as she accepted the food offered to her by the inhabitants of the city in exchange for saving their city. Mira then checks the other gifts she has received, including Takt's letter. She then discovered Flicker's note. "What's that? That seems ominous," Rimuru says. Mira simply stared at the note and decided to open it later. Mira discovered Dunboff's novel book collection, which was her when she was an old man. These were Amela's collection she gave to Mira as a parting gift. She sets them aside and gladly accepts the clothes Shario gave her. It was a replica of the robe she used to wear when she was still the old dude. She was ready to change her clothes when she closed the curtains. She then remembered Rimuru was inside. Mira says. "Come on. What is there to be embarrassed about, Rimuru?" Mira strips and wears the robe, as expected. "I didn't feel embarrassed or anything after seeing her naked body." Was it because of the fact that she was an old man before, Rimuru thought. After a few seconds, "I'm back," Mira said, referring to herself. She can be seen wearing Dunboff's old white fantasy robe. "It's excellent for you, Mira," Garrett says. "I know, Shario made this for me and modeled it after my master's robe," Mira says. "I'm sorry to break it to you, but that's simply a replica made for the kids," Rimuru says. "Whaa," said Mira. "Will you refuse to wear it because of that?" Garrett asked. "No, I'll wear it because I like the design after all," Mira says. "Damn you, Shario. What a shrewd guy." Garrett was singing a song while driving the carriage. Rimuru chose to take a brief nap. Mira began reading the book Amela had given her. The carriage rattles fiercely and comes to a halt. Mira and Rimuru both fell to the ground. "Garrett, what's up, Mira?" "And just as when I was having good dream," Rimuru says. "I apologize. This cat unexpectedly." "Garrett, cat?" Mira inquires. Mira exited the carriage. Then she noticed a black cat with a rope around its neck and a letter attached to it. Rimuru did not leave to let Mira handle the problem, despite the fact that Raphael had already alerted Rimuru of the spirit and Shikigami's presence. After some time, Mira went back inside as Garrett drove away. After some time on the road, they finally made it to the kingdom of Arite, Silverhorn, the mystical city. Rimuru was overcome with excitement and astonishment as he examined the building structures. He leaps from the carriage and investigates the surroundings. Mira and Garrett attempted to capture Rimuru but eventually gave up and let him do whatever he wanted. Soon after, Rimuru returned with Mira to see the kingdom's king. Garrett escorts Mira back together with Rimuru. King Solomon invited Mira to have a short meeting with her, leaving Rimuru behind. Maids came rushing inside without permission to enter. "Wow," Rimuru replied, a little melancholy about the maid's behavior. Soon after, Mira gets out of the office with a totally different outfit. Rimuru had a mixed expression of disgust and amazement. What's up with that expression? You want to die, Mira? Imagine if you still have your old look while wearing a magical girl outfit, Rimuru. Mira expression paled. Go, Rimuru. Solomon wanted to have a word with you, Mira said with an unexplainable mix of negative with a hint of embarrassment expression. And you didn't even address him properly based on his title, huh? Wow. I'm guessing you both have history, yes? Rimuru said as he proceeded to enter. He approached Solomon, the kingdom's ruler, by approaching him. He discovered a number of papers under his desk, and his attitude wasn't very pleasant. Did Mira do something? Or was it due to the mountain of papers? Considered Rimuru. A tall and attractive male elf walks into the room and starts reading the documents. Solomon said, "Follow me." Rimuru asked respectfully, "Can't we just discuss here, Your Majesty?" Solomon stated as he left the room, "We will go in a secret spot where nobody can hear our conversation." Rimuru adheres to. They arrived in a spacious area of a lovely garden where a tiny tea house is located. You called this place secret spot? Rimuru, I'm going to ask a couple questions right now. I'm hoping you can respond, Solomon. Rimuru said, "It depends on the question." Solomon gives a small nod. Then, first thing I want to know is if you're a player, Solomon getting to the point. Rimuru displays confusion in his face. I see, Solomon quickly moved the subject to. Are you reincarnated? It appeared that he understood based on Rimuru's response. Yes, figures. So you weren't aware that you were currently in a world similar to Arc Earth Online? Earth Arc what? Sigh. Good. Right, you were reincarnated. Rimuru smiles. Are you from the Earth? When it is, then which country? Japan. Where in? 20XX. I see. So she passed away XX years before the game's release, Solomon reasoned. Okay. Well then. Can you describe your life so far in this world? Solomon queries. Rimuru asked, What are you, a journalist? Well, good, and then he began recounting a made-up tale by Raphael. Well, there you go. I see. Why don't you share yours, then? Solomon started up by recounting his 30 years in the New World. For 1 year, Rimuru ruled a nation of monsters, but Simon had ruled a vast empire for 30 years. They get along very well because of this experience because they can feel a connection or similarities between them. They enjoyably laugh at their jokes. Mira looks out the window and was taken aback to find Solomon getting along with a person he had only met briefly. Soon after, Rimuru and Solomon split ways as Rimuru followed Mira on her quest to locate the other Mimibers of 9 wise men. Rimuru and Mira head out into the streets. Mira entered a bookstore, and Rimuru persisted till he discovered a big school. Rimuru had been gazing at the school for some time. Hey you! A cat girl yells. Rimuru looks at the cat person who called him. Are you interested in the academy? Did I startle you? My name is Hinata. Who are you called? The name's Rimuru. You are Rimuru. What a weird name. Are you a foreigner by any chance? Yes, I see. Then that explains it. Which nation? Stars appeared in her eyes as Hinata remarked. Rimuru. Mira yells from the back. Rimuru lightly rocked his right arm and responded involuntarily, Yo. Hinata examines Rimuru's companion, Mira. Oh, wait, isn't that? I suppose that's the fashionable magical girl look right now, based on the style of your robe. Maybe you've always wanted to learn how to cast spells. The best academic institution is Alkei Academy. For someone who desires to cast spells. Then, kindly, Hinata. Oh, I'm a fully fledged spellcaster already, Mira said. Oh, you are? I'm so sorry, I assumed you might have come to look around with the intention of enrolling. If you are willing to share. What kind of spellcaster are you? She's a summoner, Rimuru. A summoner, Mira said at the same time. Hinata showed a disturbed expression. Why are you making that face, Mira? Mira. You understands how the society views the summoner, don't you, Hinata? I do, I am. This academy's only summoning instructor, Hinata said, who have a depressed expression. Mira looks around. Do you not have classes to teach? Mira asked. When an instructor who had no student. They're just supposed to float aimlessly like a jellyfish. Too depressing. Rimuru patted poor Hinata's back. My condolences. Rimuru. Well. I'ma look at the place around. Talk more if you like. I'll meet you guys later.